This is the best tasting pine tart for 2021. Come take a bite. Look at this. Nice, flaky, full of pine. Today we're making pine tart in the kitchen. One of my favorite dessert to have. I'm going to show you exactly how we do it. Everything from scratch. Let's get going. Alright guys, we gotta make a dough for the pastry. I got 6 cups of flour and 3 sticks of butter. I sliced it earlier and I put it in the freezer because I wanted it really firm. Let's put this all together. Gotta work with this dough really quick. It's frozen to the bowl. I'm going to use ice water. So I'm letting the ice melt a little bit more. I want to break this up into like breadcrumbs, into that kind of texture. Let's get it with your hands. All right, see, this is the breadcrumbs texture. I have to work fast with this dough. So I'm gonna add the water now. So see, make sure it's nice and loose. All the butter is incorporated into the flour. There we go. Get with this right away. I don't want any ice in it. Oops, there goes some ice. Okay, let me work with this first. Simple dough. Just flour and salted butter. This pastry dough, you can use it to make anything, any pastry wise. Beef patties, cheese roll. You can use other tarts to make different, instead of pine tart, you can use guava jelly, blueberries, blackberries. The dough is very important to any pastry. Still need some more water. Don't need to knead this dough, just bring it together. Nice and clumpy. There we go. Just gonna work this a little. I don't want to overwork it too, right? Just a little. I'm just gonna put it on some shrink wrap. I'm gonna rest mine in a Ziploc bag, even though it's in a shrink wrap. Just make sure to take the ear out. I'm gonna rest this in the fridge for at least 1 hour before I start working it. Alright guys, we gotta puree the pineapple to make the jam. You can use a machine to puree it, a grater or a blender. If you're grating it on this side. Too small, too small. this side. That's it. One more. I don't want it to be too liquid. Let's see what it looks like. There it is. That's it. I'm going to get this to the stove, add the sugar and the spices and the nutmeg. I'll be making 2 different styles of Pinetart today. Alright, here's the jam setup today for our pineapple. I'm going to make 2 sets of jam. I'm going to make a regular Pinetart that everyone is accustomed to. I'm going to make a spicy jam Pinetart. This is a game changer. I made some Pinetarts a few years ago and give it to a friend, Miss Sherry and Mrs. Steve. A few days later, they called me to the house and said, hey, come try my version of Pinetart. So she added peppers to her pine jam. So this one is for you, Steve and Sherry. Pepper, cinnamon stick, some cloves, and a cup of sugar. A little bit of lemon juice. I'm just going to throw the rest in here too. There we go. A little bit of pure vanilla extract or essence. Not a lot, just a touch. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna add the cinnamon, clove, and sugar to the other pot too. Oh, I forgot my nutmeg too. How I love nutmeg. Let's give this a quick stir. Oh, I can smell that pepper already. I'm gonna let this cook down. I need it to come into like a jam, like a pine jam. You can eat it on bread, you know, so that type of texture you're looking for. Don't want it too wet, or actually don't even want it wet, because then it'll make the dough, you know, fall apart. You can adjust your sugar, you know, based on your own needs, but I will taste this maybe another half an hour from now and see if it needs anything else. Well, sugar. I'm gonna cover this and let it simmer. This has been cooking for probably about an hour and a half. So, looks like it's done. This one is a little bit more drier than that one. Okay, I'm gonna take them off and leave them to cool. Alright guys, we had 2 doughs that we were working with. So I took one out and I'm gonna put this one back in the fridge. And here I cut it into 4 pieces. Just gonna rest this aside because I have to work really fast with this dough. Just a little bit of flour. Don't have a dough cutter, so I use a cover from a
nut container. Yep, works just fine. Keep your extra dough. Just gonna roll this out a little bit more. Wow, it's sticking. I don't want to add too much flour to this. Add my pine. This is just an egg wash. Use as a seal. See? Put too much pine in here. I'm just going to rest this in the pan for a while. And just before I put it in the oven, I'm going to seal the edges and put some more egg wash on top of it. The oven is preheating right now at 375. We're going to bake this for about 20 minutes. Egg wash. Just on the edge. You know, some people are vegetarian, and if they don't want to use the egg wash, use water. Usually, this is what I do. Just crimp the edge with a fork.